Head over to miniaturemarket.com where they have thousands of board games at discounted prices, and you can sign up for product alerts. Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today we're going back to the mansion in Clue. Now Clue is my favorite game growing up as a kid. I love deduction games. I still like Clue. I'm still impressed with how good it is for how many years ago. I think it was done in like the 40s. It still holds up pretty well considering how old it is. Now this today is something very different. It uses the Clue theme and you're in the manor and there's all the same Clue characters and Mr. Body's murdered, all that stuff. But this is not a normal game. This is an escape and solve mystery game. This is a one-time use family escape room game. It says difficulty 2 of 5. It says 90 minutes on the box, ages 10 and up. Let me show you how this is playing. I'm not going to spoil anything and I'll see you on the other side. Now, Clue Treachery at Tudor Mansion is an escape room. This is a one-time use game. There's lots of spoilers because I'm not gonna be able to show you a whole lot here. However, there are all the different characters. You will play one of these. Not everyone has to play. You know, you could have some that aren't playing. It doesn't much matter. But they're gonna be part of the story, and each one of these will have a certain pawn that you'll be using if you're using them out on the boards. Now, when you open the box, it does have a big stop. Tells you not to look at anything. Don't open anything you're not supposed to. These decks of cards are all wrapped up. Essentially going to go through a tutorial deck that's going to teach you how to play the game. And then as you go through, there's going to be 4 different decks you're going to go through. I'm not going to show you any of those. Now, I'm not going to show you any of the other boards. This is just the tutorial board that comes with it. Some will cut the lights out. You're trying to figure it out. On your turn, you simply go to a number that you can see on any of the boards that are available. In this case, just one of them. Like this says, number 2. I would go through the deck of cards, in this case, the tutorial deck. I would look for card number 2, and I would look at that card, and it would tell me to do something. Maybe we find a new room. Maybe we find an item. Maybe there's a puzzle, and things like that. Now, puzzles, it will tell you when you get them how many, and by the way, this is I'm not showing you what the card number this is. This is like B2, and this says you need 2 puzzle pieces needed to solve this. So you need B2, and you wait till you find the other one, B1, and then you have enough. Now, sometimes you'll find items, and sometimes you'll place items like so it matches, and it says 1, 2, 3, so we would look at card number 641. If there's a card that's 641, we would look at it and see if putting the flashlight in the door keyholes does anything. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. This is just a random one because I didn't want to spoil anything for you. So that's generally how some of the easiest puzzles work, but there's a lot more harder puzzles. The game is not hard, but you'll definitely know when you have the right amount of things to do puzzles, and they don't all look like this. They're all very different types of puzzles, but you're trying to go through the puzzles to get to the end of the game. Over the course of the game, you'll be finding packets that you'll be opening up, and they'll have different components and different puzzles and such in there. And at the end, when you think you know it, when you get there, it'll be obvious. You'll open this up to see if your answer is right. Now, in the rule book, there are a set of hints. There's usually 3 sets of hints. You would go to a puzzle number or a card number, and I'm covering this right now so you can't see it, but it would give you a hint. And there's usually 3 hints, and if you're totally stuck, there is a solution page that will tell you what to do if you get totally stuck. And the rules actually do tell you how to start the game and the very basics of what you'll be doing and things like that, but I'm not going to spoil anything else. But as you can see, even after playing, nothing is destroyed in this game, and I placed the decks all in order so I could give this to someone else and they could play it too. I would never want to play it again because I already know the solution, but you could pass it on to someone else because nothing gets destroyed. Now, before I get into my final thoughts, I just wanted to tell you about how you can protect yourself and your family online with Aura, who is sponsoring these final thoughts. Now, there's a lot of different ways to protect yourself online, but Aura brings all of these to you in one place. They feature a virtual private network known as a VPN, a password manager, real-time credit and identity theft monitoring, internet parental controls, and protects your devices from malware. And you can try a 2-week free trial to take advantage of all those services, as well as seeing how many data brokers are selling your personal information online and that they'll resolve on your behalf. And you can do this by scanning the QR code right here on the screen, or by going to aura.com/GameBoyGeek, and Aura is A-U-R-A. All right, let's talk about the things I liked about it. First of all, this is a great nostalgic theme, for me at least. Because again, as I mentioned in the overview, I love Clue. I have a special place in my heart. My favorite game as a kid. I like the Clue theme. It's what drew me to this. I'm just a sucker for Clue, okay? So I like the theme. I like that they integrated, you know, all the characters and all the rooms and things like that. I like that this is sort of a mass market easy escape room. It's a 2 of 5. Often with escape rooms, and I've played really hard ones and I've finished very hard ones, and I've done a lot of escape rooms, both in real life and on like tabletop escape rooms. This one's pretty easy, but when it comes to escape rooms, I would rather have one that's a little too easy than one that's a little too hard. Because usually when they're hard, they're not hard like, haha, you're so great, you figured this out. They're usually so hard there's like, oh, it's a trick, like a trick question type of thing, you know? So I don't mind it that it's really easy. It is easy. If you're a seasoned gamer, you're gonna be able to fly through this. If you have kids, this is a great one to do with them because they're pretty easy, but at the end, you still have to do some interesting deduction to get the right solution. So yeah, I like it. It's easy. It's a nice little quick one. Now it says 90 minutes in the box. That may vary. It probably will take some 2 hours, between 90 minutes and 2 hours. I think 90 minutes is about as fast as you would do it because I was flying through this and it took me right around 90 minutes. I think most people would probably spend more time thinking about things, talking about things, what should we do next type of thing. So plan on being like a 2 hour game and you'll be good. And you can save it. So you could, if you want, you can just, hey, let's stop. Let's just keep the cards out that we have. Let's keep these in like a separate baggie or flipped up. Let's keep the board. You know, you could bring it back if you didn't want to do it all in one session. You could do that. In fact, I did that once. I saved it halfway through because I had some other things going on. I like that it tells you how many cards are needed for the puzzles because too often, sometimes you're like in an escape room game and you're like, oh, we should figure this out. And like you actually really can't, but you didn't know you needed another piece of the puzzle, but you thought you had it all. This one at least tells you that. That's why it's kind of easy. I like that though. I don't like the sort of like, hey, do you have enough information or not? Ha ha ha. You know, I like being like, okay, I should be able to figure out this or not. And it does it for this. I like that it has a tutorial deck that helps you sort of kind of get going, helps you learn the game. I like the 4-level hint system where they give you 3 hints. They're all on separate pages. And if you still can't get it there, there's a solution page. It worked well. I like exploring the new areas and bringing out new decks and bringing out new boards and bringing out packets. It was fun. The game is not destructive, which many escape room games are, which means this is good because as I showed in the overview, I have reset mine. I put all the cards back in the right decks. I've separated the decks out. I put them all in order. And now I can give this to someone else and let them enjoy it. Okay, so I like that because it doesn't destroy it. You can give it to someone else. It's a positive for sure. There's 2 others in this series, clue-themed escape rooms. Now, I've already done another one of them, actually. I bought this one and I bought the one, not the submarine one. There's one, oh, the mansion one. I got the mansion one because that one was 3 out of 5 in difficulty. The other one, the submarine one, is 2 out of 5. This one was a little too easy for me, but again, I still enjoyed it. The 3 out of 5 one, it wasn't that much more difficult. Maybe at the end, figuring it out, like the final solution was a little bit harder, but the puzzles themselves, I don't think were any harder. So there's that. Anything I didn't like about it? Yes. I'm going to spoil something a little bit here, but not really. There's a few things here that want you to do silly things, like stand stiff till your next turn. Stupid, silly things like that are meant to be haha funny for kids and stuff. I just ignored them. They're in there. I didn't like them. I thought it was silly little gimmick things. I didn't enjoy them. I don't know anybody that would enjoy them. Maybe you would, but I didn't like that about this. It's okay. You can easily skip them. Other thing is, one thing that makes this very easy is also one of its downfalls, which are the puzzles are very linear, which means you're only ever working on really one puzzle at the same time. So you're gonna have a puzzle, you're gonna wait till you get all the cards, it tells you have all the cards, and you're gonna do it. You don't have enough to do this one. Well, you do it and you figure this out, and that gets you the card, and now you have all the cards to do this one. So you're always ever only working on one puzzle at a time, really. Which means that it's really better with less players. 1, 2, maybe 3 at most. This as it goes up to 6. I would never think playing this with 6 would be fun. Everyone looking at the same puzzle. Again, this is best at a 1 or 2 player game. Unless you have kids and you kind of want to let them kind of do the puzzle first together, and you kind of oversee them, that could work. But just know it's very linear and you're only gonna be working on one thing at once, so it's better with lower player counts. Also, the solution. Now I did get it right. But you have to basically guess what's going on, then open the solution thing. But the solution just basically tells you what the solution is. Here's the solution. If you're right, read this. If you're wrong, read that. I really wish that they would have had a system for answering and giving hints of what you got wrong. Where it says, I wish you just had a system where you're going to say the 3 things that was the case, and you're going to put them in. There was some system that said yes, 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 or yes, no. Go to page XXX, and you go to page XXX or card XXX that's somewhere else, and it will give you some hints. Be like, oh, you got this wrong. Maybe you should go look at this. They really should have done that. Now, again, it's easy enough that most people get it, but I could see some people getting the final thing wrong because there is some stretches you got to take with the deductions and stuff in this one. And I think somebody would play this for the whole time and they would get it wrong. It tells them the answer right away, and then you read it and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we probably should have gotten that, right? But it would have been much more fun to be like, I'm wrong. What did I get wrong? Okay, let me go get some clues and try to go back and relook at this and see if I can get it right. I think it's a big missed opportunity here. I think some people are going to get to the end, get it wrong, just get the answer, read the thing and go, okay. And it's going to leave a bad taste in the mouth at the end, which was probably a good experience all the way through. So I really think they should have redone the solution part of this and done it better. It's the same in the other one too, by the way, which I did get right as well. So there you have it. Clue, Treachery at Tudor Mansion. Great mass market, entry level, family weight, kids weight escape room that adults can have fun with it too, even though it's not too challenging for adults. There you go. Check it out. This has been the Game Boy Geek, breaking down barriers, growing relationships with board games, and helping you find the next one you love. Game Toppers not only transforms your existing table into a high-quality gaming solution, but they now offer full leg kits and dining cover solutions for the full table application. Paired with over 20 styles of thematic game mats in 11 different sizes from notable board game artists like Vincent Treachery, collapsible cup holders, and real cool accessories, experience what thousands of other gamers enjoy by upgrading every game you play with a Game Topper system. Save hundreds of dollars on Game Topper package deals that are in stock now for immediate shipping at GameToppersLLC.com or click the link below.